Hey, it's your boy Gup here reporting from the backyard at home. Hope everybody's doing well in this time of confusion. Um, Here are some things that we can do to curb our boredom. I have two experiments that are reaction experiments for you guys to try out with me. The first one, you will need a jar. You will need peroxide, hydrogen peroxide. You're going to need dish soap, such as so. Any will do. You're going to need food coloring. I have a couple different kinds here. You're going to need yeast, and you're going to need some warm water. For your second video, you're going to need a container. We use the jar again. We're going to need to use some vinegar, like so, just regular white vinegar, and some baking soda. You guys also probably will want an area that'll have a tablecloth or something that will make sure that your mess is easy to clean up and that we don't trash the whole house. Well, here we go. So first off, we're going to start with a classic elephant toothpaste. What you're going to need is a container. We're going to use a mason jar. Here we have some hydrogen peroxide. I have here 2 tablespoons of dish soap, if you can see here. Different colors of food coloring. We also have 30 milliliters, that's about 4 tablespoons of yeast, and about 30 milliliters of hot water. So the first thing we're gonna do, I'm gonna take the lid off our container. We're going to add the peroxide, just let's say, I don't know, roughly 10% of your container, like that. Then we are also going to add the soap. Add all the soap in there. And we can add some food coloring to our container. So I'm going to let's do 5 drops of blue. 5 drops of green, 5 drops of red, and 5 drops of yellow. For now, we can set this aside because this is just the beginning of our elephant toothpaste. Next thing, our warm water, 30 milliliters, has to be nice and warm as we can get it. So mine feels like it cooled down a little bit, so I'm just going to pause this and I'm going to grab some warm water. Alrighty. So first thing you're going to do, well, not the first thing. The first thing to activate our yeast is we're going to pour our yeast into the warm water and we're going to mix it really well until it's a paste. So I'm just going to use the spoon here. I'm going to use the top of the spoon as opposed to the actual spoon piece because it's going to mix a little bit better, in my opinion. This is going to make a soupy paste and it's going to have kind of a sweet smell to it. And just make sure it's mixed up until you see no more of the little grains. There's a couple little grains that'll come up at the end, but we just want to keep mixing until it's a nice paste. Once you have a nice paste, you can bring back your mix. You can add in and watch our reaction. Beauty. And because of the dish soap, we can play with it because it's gross and fun. Well, it's not gross, it's just kind of fun. Foamy. Gross. I recommend that we do it like I have here on a baking sheet because then we don't have to clean up very much. It's just a Next is a simple experiment that we all pretty much know, but it's a lot more fun when you're doing it on a little bit of a bigger scale. So this is our baking soda and vinegar reaction. What we're going to start off with is I have 1 cup of baking soda. I have it just scaled out in this cup here, so it's easier for me to pour it into our jar. I also have 1 cup of vinegar. And I have some red food coloring here so we can make it look like lava if you guys choose to build a little like volcano to put your baking soda and your vinegar into. So first thing we're going to do is we're simply just going to put the baking soda inside the jar. And we're going to make sure that when it goes in the container it's pretty loosely piled in there, and we want it nice and fine. So we'll get that all in there. Make sure it's nice and loose. Next we can take our food coloring, and I recommend adding maybe 10 drops of food coloring into the water if we want a nice red color. So there we go with that. I'll give it a little mix with my spoon here. And then once you're ready, you can take your vinegar solution and you can pour it directly inside like so. Round 2. 3 times. And that is our baking soda and vinegar reaction. Yo! Hope you guys enjoyed that. That was my first video ever, so hopefully it's not too cringy for everybody. I'd love to see your guys' own experiments, so if you guys want to take some pictures when you make your own and post them in the comments below, I would really love to see them and react to them myself. Shout out to everybody who's just working hard and staying busy at home. You guys are the ones who are helping us stay safe, and shout out to all our essential workers who are out there making everything run as smoothly as we can. Thank you, and I'll see you guys next week.